Om Shanti, 14th July 2019. Slogan: Experienced souls can never be influenced by any atmosphere or be colored by any company. So who are experienced souls? Those who are good in knowledge? Those who are jnani? Those who are yogis? Yes? Actually, yes. Experienced souls would be good in all the four subjects. They would be embodiments of knowledge, embodiments of dharma, but in addition, and more importantly, they have to be an embodiment of experience or an authority of experience in all aspects, all subjects and all aspects. So let us look at the first part of this slogan, and that is, they can never be influenced by any atmosphere. The very first experience here is that of soul consciousness. When we have practiced soul consciousness over a long period of time, and while walking and moving around, while doing our work, while talking or listening to anyone, an experienced soul would naturally have the nature of being a soul playing its part in the body. This practice of soul consciousness will enable us to go beyond the attractions and vibrations of the atmosphere. And whether the atmosphere is one of upheaval, one of turmoil or distress, in any situation, someone who is experienced in being a soul, experienced in the practice of soul consciousness, and an authority of that, they will not be influenced by that kind of atmosphere, whatever the atmosphere is. Instead of getting afraid or confused, an experienced soul will instead be able to remain calm and remain peaceful. Those who are very firm in this practice of being a soul in a body, they are experienced in soul consciousness, that is, will not be unruffled, and they are able to act accordingly because soul consciousness has this power. And next is the experience of God's love, being experienced in God's love and His company, or an embodiment of experience of remembrance. And souls who have experience in God's love, who constantly stay in the Father's company, they can never be influenced by any kind of atmosphere, because the Father's company is the best, is the strongest. They are merged in God's love, and because of being absorbed in the experience of God's love, and not just now and then, but constantly at every moment, they would not experience that situation to be chaotic or stressful or disorderly. The atmosphere, yes, may be chaotic, it can be stressful or disorderly, but they stay in pleasure because they are in the company of the Father. They would remain cheerful and internally dance in happiness. For example, while working in the office or any workplace, where the atmosphere can be quite tensed and demanding, where the situation can be stressful due to bosses being demanding, due to meeting targets, project deadlines, colleagues not so cooperative, etc., etc. In spite of all these in the atmosphere of the workplace, experienced souls who remain yoke, experienced souls who are working with their hands, but their hearts are linked to the Father, they are merged in the Father's love, they would remain light and easy. They would be careful, but carefree and not burdened by those situations and those people around them. They will be unaffected or uninfluenced by the atmosphere and the attitude of others. Someone who has experienced something cannot be influenced by others. They cannot be confused. They will not be confused or disturbed by others who are stressed, who are distressed. The atmosphere is tense or stressful. They will not be disturbed by them. Just a few days ago, Baba said in the Muli that Yog children always live under the canopy of God's protection. When you remain unshakable, then even if they are in a harmful place, nothing can happen to even a single hair of yours. Imagine how powerful that is. Nothing can happen to even a single hair of yours. So such is the practical proof of an experienced yog soul who is merged and experienced the Father's love and protection. And the third aspect is the experience in being an embodiment of all powers. A soul who is experienced in being an embodiment of all powers, they will be able to transform any situation as huge as the Himalayas mountain into a tiny molehill. They can transform rocks into cotton wool. With the power to accommodate, besides other powers, but especially the power to accommodate and the power to tolerate, they will easily overcome the situation and not be influenced by the atmosphere. By being an embodiment of experience, the willpower of experience will oppose the power of Maya. The most powerful stage is our experience. And as an experienced soul, with the power of our experience, we will easily be able to oppose any power of Maya and overcome all circumstances, all situations and all problems. And not only that, not just overcoming the situation, they can also make others content. By having the power to face, they automatically receive power to make everyone content with the willpower of experience. So powers are really our weapons. Powers enable us to discern as to the real need of the situation and what they need to do then. So instead of being influenced by the atmosphere, by those people around them, by the situations and circumstances, an experienced soul will, on the other hand, influence the situation. They will know how to act accordingly with the right powers at that right time. And the fourth aspect of being experienced is experience in being an embodiment of dharana. So we have talked about experience in soul consciousness, experience in God's love, and God's company, experience in all powers, and the fourth aspect is experience in being an embodiment of Dharana. Souls who are experienced will solve even the greatest problems as though nothing has happened. It came and it played its part, but whilst being loving and detached observers, they would consider it to be a game. They would think that, well, it was not really a big situation, but just a game. They would have the feeling that it was just entertainment. So experienced souls have this dharana, this virtue of contentment, because they don't look at it as a problem, but just as a game. And so they are contented souls, and any type of upheaval, obstacle will be experienced in the form of entertainment, because they will be seen through the knowledgeful stage. They see the situation using the eye of knowledge. And because of having that knowledgeful, powerful stage, they are also able to make other souls content like themselves. So that was the first part of the slogan that we shared, and that is on not being influenced by the atmosphere. And the second part of the slogan is that experienced souls can never be colored by any company. Well, to be colored by someone's company means that a person is influenced by the way of thinking, the way of speaking, the interaction, even the way of dressing and the appearance of the person whom he is keeping company with. And as you know, company is not just human beings, but company can be gadgets, can be physical and non-physical things. For example, magazines, novels, social media, all those things, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. All this, if we keep the company, they can uplift us. For example, if we read only motivational books have values and are beneficial and can uplift us, they can uplift us. But on the other hand, if we keep such company, they can play havoc to our mind. They will influence our mind, our thinking, our intellect, and hence our character. We become what we spend most of our time with. We are colored by keeping company with those people, those things whom we spend time with. So we have to be very careful. Even with BKs, how do we spend our time? Are we spending time with those who just sit around, or spending time with those who are intense effort makers, but not those who take Baba's Srimad and Maryada slightly, not with those who gossip and churn wrong things, spread rumors? I think we should not keep those company. They would also color us in that respect. So really, experienced souls always and constantly stay in the company of the One. They have none but one. Such souls would finish or give up all ties or relationships with anyone else and everything as well. Because nowadays, there are so many things that we can keep company with, not just human beings. As I said earlier, we know what those things are. So experienced souls know very well that only the company's father, the father's company, can uplift them. And to be colored by the father's company is the best color. Because of constantly keeping in the company of the father, they are colored by the father's virtues, the father's attributes, its qualities, and all the good things we know, the Father's company, God's company, the highest and most elevated company, is the best, is the most elevated company. This company will only enable us to ascend, I think, nothing but ascend, and keep ascending if we keep Baba in our company all the time. And it will enable us to be in the flying stage. So when we are with the highest, the most elevated company, we will not see anything that is mundane, anything that is ordinary, anything that is substandard, anything that is false and untruth. Even if at times they do have to keep those company, the company of those non-Brahmins, for example the Lokik company, those who do not follow Srimad, BKs but do not follow Srimad fully, we will have to keep those company as well. But they will not be affected or influenced by their actions, their behavior, and their attitude, their ideas as well. That is, in other words, they are not colored by those people because they have a strong, a very deep, constant relationship with the Father, a very strong bond with the Father, and so only colored by the Father's company, the Father's attributes and virtues and powers and so on. And when we have the company of the Father, we are on the ascending stage. And when we are ascending, we are not concerned with those things that are down below, whether they are good or bad. Good, we tend to get attracted. If they are not so good, we have repulsion. So if they are not so good, we will not even look at them, not to mention being influenced by them, because they are in the ascending stage with the Father's company. And if they are good, the ascending souls will be focused in their efforts to ascend, and so will not be attracted towards those people or those things that would undoubtedly pull them down. And so there's no chance of being colored by them, because they are ascending. And then those in the Father's company, they are in the flying stage. Those experienced souls will not see anything down below. They will have their eyes, their hearts, and their intellect on the Father alone. They will have the spectacles of the color of the Father, and so will not even go near to any kind of those modern gadgets. They will use them, yes, they will use them, and very often, but then they will not be colored by them. So, Om Shanti, that's all. Bye-bye.